Well, I'm here on a Saturday, and it's still technically the Halloween festivities here at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. So it is very crowded. Parking took about a half hour to get past the parking toll booths. So park's already open and I'm still got a ways to walk. And this park is worse than Magic Mountain as far as how far away from the entrance you have to park. Wow, I didn't realize how extreme this was. And their SNS 4D free fly here is called Batman the Ride, just like at Fiesta, Texas. The only two that are Batman the Ride. And if you have Flash Pass, you can only use it on this ride once. So I'll see how long the regular line is. It's a fun ride. I might want to do it a second time. But it's not one to marathon, really. Batman the Ride, the 4D free fly. First ride I did when I was here. And it was good. Got a couple flips in there. One time suspended upside down for a couple seconds. So it's always fun when you get a ride like that. You never know how these are going to ride. Sometimes they can be pretty boring. Other times they're great. The Flash, vertical velocity. Very unique. One of these V2s. They had to redo the forward spike because of the height limit. So that actually makes it an inversion. That was pretty cool. That was something different. Kind of go through those inversions pretty slowly. I rode in the back row, so you only go through on the third time going forward. You don't quite go upside down. Maybe technically you do. I saw Joker running with an empty train. Oh my goodness, that was so amazing. A Skyrocket 2 without the discomfort collars. That is everything I hoped it would be. I know it's a clone model, but man, when you don't have those horrible collars, this thing is so fantastic. You get good air time, you get hang time. Got good launches. Oh, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, what are you thinking putting those horrible collars on this thing? This is such a good ride without the collars. And how dare you call those comfort collars? Those are the most uncomfortable things ever. With those collars, the ride is okay at best. It can be painful. But without it, with just the lap bars, this thing is a borderline elite level ride.
Right after that, you're going to slow it down and it's going to be
Got Joker up and running now. Ridden Joker a few times now. Rode in the front row and twice in the back row. Definitely a back row ride. And this thing is strong. People who say this is the weakest RMC, I definitely disagree. This is definitely very strong. I love this thing. I think it's stronger than Twisted Cyclone, longer than Twisted Cyclone. So yeah, better than Twisted Cyclone. Not as good as Twisted Colossus, but maybe stronger. I don't know. It's got a stupid name, yeah, but hey, it's a great ride. It's got a few moments that are really strong ejector. Got 3 inversions. Get some hang time on them. So ahead of New Texas Giant, ahead of Twisted Cyclone, ahead of the Raptors, just because the Raptors are stronger, of course, but it's just that the Raptors have uncomfortable restraints. This is a nice area back here. It's quieter. Get away from the crowds for a little bit. There's 2 over there. One back on the rock is Dakota. That's his name. Dakota. I guess he's the one that does the coaster parodies. He looks different in the videos. So, a minor landmark coaster, number 375, and I let it be the Boomerang. Why? Because I like the boomerangs. It is getting kind of ridiculous how many of these I've ridden, but I do like them. Very forceful, always left disoriented at the end of it. And just keep my head forward, no head banging. And I had a cool view looking off that direction towards the water, over the palm trees. So I got no problems with the boomerangs. I rode Cobra. This is one of those junior coasters with a really long train. You sit in the back, you really get some lateral forces there on that first drop. And a little bit on a couple of the others. Now back row's the way to go on this. So this is the same thing as the ones at Six Flags New England and Great Adventure. I believe it's the same. It seemed like the same layout. If it's not, it's pretty close. That is so cool how vertical velocity kind of goes out at an angle like that. They had to because of the restrictions here in the city, but it made it a unique ride. It ended up being a blessing. It actually makes it so it's an inversion. And all this talk about B&M reliability, yeah, right. Medusa's closed, and it's been closed for a while. So the Intamin has been up all day, the RMC's been up all day, the SNS has been up all day, and the B&M is down for over an hour. maybe longer. They're working on it, but they're having a lot of problems with it, apparently. So I'll do Kong. And I'll just have 2 coasters left to get. The kiddie coaster's closed. So, and the that one Harley Quinn thing, I forget what it's called. A little infinity sign kind of a coaster. It's been closed all day. It's been closed a lot in recent weeks, I've noticed. So I don't expect it to open at all.
Alright, go ahead and exit off to your right side and your right side. Only if your restraint does not pop up, have a partner push down on it for you. Come on in, you guys, come on in. Those gates will not be.
Kong, the Vekoma SLC, of all things, has a, looks like an hour wait. Glad I got a fast pass. I wouldn't wait an hour. Alright, time to lap this and Superman as much as I can until Medusa opens, if it ever does. It's been down for 4 hours now. Okay, row 9 Joker was definitely nowhere near as strong as row 11 and 12. Or maybe I just caught it when it was hauling and now it's back to normal, who knows. Those 2 rides I got earlier, 3 rides I got earlier, those were incredible. Front row wasn't as strong, wouldn't expect that, but yeah, that row 9 wasn't nearly as strong. But I'll come back later because I just got on my device that Medusa's open. So that's priority number 1. Just got to make sure I get 1 ride in on it. It's been down for almost 5 hours and it's finally up again. Just rode Medusa, the floorless coaster. I think I've ridden all the B&M floorless coasters in the United States now. Had to look it up to make sure. It's pretty good. I'd say middle of the pack. A little bit of a rattle, not too bad. It was all right. In fact, I mean, a couple of the rides, I've done it 4 times, and a couple of the rides I got, I didn't really detect any rattle at all. The row 4 ride had a bit of a rattle and some head banging in the transition of the Sea Serpent roll, which is surprising, because in the front row, that Sea Serpent roll was awesome. So much better than a Cobra roll. But then in that row 4, my second ride, got some head banging on that Sea Serpent roll. But I do like the idea of the Sea Serpent roll much better than the Cobra roll. Maybe it's not shaped perfectly on Medusa, but still better than a Cobra roll. I'll take it. I like the unique layout. Because of the Sea Serpent roll, the Cobra roll kind of turns back. You exit the opposite way you came in. The Sea Serpent roll is different, so the layout has to be different. So I appreciate the uniqueness of it. It doesn't have the interlocking corkscrews, and it's got like a little 3/4 helix at the end, which is really tight. Nice way to end it. So I can appreciate that it's something different than the standard layout. But still, even saying that, it's not a whole lot different. The first 3 inversions are all the same, and you got the corkscrews in the second half. But this is the way you take. You got to come way over to the side to do the fast pass entry. And I didn't give my Kong impressions. My ninth Vekoma SLC. It was one of the rougher ones that I've done. At least the padding is soft, but my ears still kind of hurt afterwards. But really, it's not a bad ride. But it does ride rougher than most of them that I've done. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Definitely wore myself out. But I only had 1 day here. Yesterday I was busy with friends and a concert, so couldn't come up to the park. So I had 1 day, Saturday, got the fast pass, well worth it, because lines got to be pretty long through most of the day. Last hour didn't look like things were too bad, but still, I got 25 roller coaster rides in. I probably would have been lucky to get 11 or 12 without the fast pass. Probably would have only done 2 or 3 rides at the most on the Joker. I got 9. Would have liked to have gotten more than 2 rides on Superman, but they had a problem with it. Somebody got sick about at 8:30 or so the ride was shut down the rest of the night while they were cleaning it up. But that'll do it from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Really impressed with the park. I love that you have some really great roller coasters in addition to the animals. You got dolphin shows, sea lion shows. So really a very well-rounded park. More than a one-day park for sure. I mean, my biggest complaint about it is, I mean, not surprised that Saturday would be as busy as it was. Not complaining about that at all. Especially Saturday Fright Fest. I'd expect it to be that busy. My main complaint about the park is how far the parking lot is from the main entrance. It's ridiculous. I've never seen a park that's this ridiculous with how far away it is, other than like Disney. And I don't think Discovery Kingdom is a busy enough park to warrant having a parking lot a mile away from the entrance. Other than that, though, really great park. If they had close parking, I'd be making an argument that this is the best Six Flags park of all. Really impressed with the operations. They were doing their best to get the trains out as quickly as possible. They're encouraging people to hurry it up. And you had a couple idiots there on Joker at the end. They called security. Security came right down, got them off the train, got them out of there. So, ride ops, big props from me on that one. You did a great job. And I told them that. I was able to tell them that they did a great job. Because I was on the next train out. And this is Joker right here. Just barely see the lights on it. It's not very dark when you go on the night rides, but there's a lot of lights along the way, but it's still dark enough. It's a good night ride. Iron Rattlers is better though. It's definitely a lot darker. Love the inversions on it. You got the zero-G stall. I love a zero-G stall. Goliath's is still my favorite. This one's along the lines of Twisted Colossus. Twisted Colossus has that really great stall on it, but it's a smaller stall than Goliath.